wish I knew how to put that crown up there. I really do. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us, and we are live again. We switched the day to Tuesday instead of Wednesday, but it still all applies, right? So today, we're going to talk about E-ZPass, tolls, and tolled. How an $8 toll can cost you $200 and possibly get your car towed. So, we're going to go into details. Now, I'm not sure how many people here from New York is on this line, but I just want to say hello to everyone. So, welcome back to Ask Andrea. That's what happens. Welcome back to Ask Andrea Anything. Tonight, we are breaking down something a lot of drivers deal with in New York City and New Jersey. We struggle with tolls, violations, collections, registration suspensions, and how a simple $6 toll can snowball into losing your car. I am going to walk you through the exact timeline, how much time you have every stage, and what to do before it goes out of control. Yes, I'm reading from the script. But anyway, so just to give you a little update on what happened with me. So I experienced this before. Had some tickets that were actually toll tickets. They became toll tickets, and then the tickets were not paid. And when they weren't paid, they actually caused my registration, my vehicle registration, to go into suspension. And since it went into suspension, then my car got towed, right? And it's like, have you ever noticed that has happened to you before? So this is exactly how it works out. So anyone who's a New Yorker, they know right now with congestion pricing, right? Or as you're going over any of the city toll, any bridges or tunnels, you have to pay a toll, right? So they have these signs that's called toll by mail, right? So toll by mail, what they normally do is if you don't have an E-ZPass, everyone, the little white with the purple writing, if you don't have an E-ZPass, what they do is they will actually send you the toll by mail. So the toll by mail costs you about $6, $7. Shoot, depends. Verrazano will probably be a little bit more. And they do it outside of New York, right? But we're just talking about New York. Even the Holland Tunnel, the Lincoln Tunnel, going into New Jersey, the RFK, all toll by mails, right? They got rid of all of the clerk, like at the toll cashiers, they no longer exist, right? So, hey, Iron Water's in the house. Hey. So now what happens is you get a ticket, you get the toll by mail. Now, if you don't have an E-ZPass, it's going to cost you more money. So when you don't have an E-ZPass, you get a toll by mail ticket. You have 30 days to pay that ticket. 30 days. Now, if you pay that ticket within 30 days, you're fine. Nothing to worry about, right? But if you don't pay that ticket in 30 days, it goes into collection. And they actually put on an extra fee, right? So after that, if you don't pay that ticket, if you don't pay that toll, right, it becomes a violation. And when it becomes a violation, $6 or $8 can turn into like $60 because now they're charging you $50 on top of the $6. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, you're literally paying $50 for a $6 ticket. I mean, how many people been in a place that you realize like you're paying so much for something that's not really worth it? But anyway, this is what happens. So once it goes into a violation, it's still within the authority of New York or New Jersey, depending on who actually is over it. So like, for example, all of like bridges, Midtown Tunnel, Brooklyn Battery Tunnel, RFK, Verrazano Bridge, right? They fall underneath MTA, right? But you have Lincoln Tunnel and you also have Holland Tunnel, which falls underneath New York, New Jersey Port Authority. Two different authorities. So you got to be careful. You got to know, because you would get caught out there and you be getting your car towed. So let's go here. So this is what happens. So you get the violation, right? It's still in authorities, New York or New Jersey Port Authority or MTA. They still have it in their queue. But you have up to a certain amount of time to pay that ticket in that violation. And if you don't pay that ticket in violation within that time, it goes into collections. So that's at least 60 days that they're holding on it before it actually goes into collection. I believe it's 60 to 120 days before it goes into collection. Once it goes in collection, right, you still can dispute the ticket. You can still try to fight the ticket. But what you have to do 120 to 180 days, right, in collection. Okay, so I don't know about you. If anybody had anything in collection before, you need to be on top of this, because trust me, you don't want to get a ticket. You don't want to get a tow by mail and wind up getting your car towed. So what happens is, I lost my train of thought. So while it's in collection, you can still call collections. You can ask them, hey, can you bring the price down? It might not go down to the price and without the violation, but they might be able to just bring it down more, right? So you have that time from 120 to 180 days, right? So after that, it goes to another area, which is called the registration suspension. They're a special group at the Department of Motor Vehicles. Okay, so they get notified by DMV. They get notified by the Port Authority or MTA to let them know, hey, this person has so many tickets, and these tickets been in collection, and they haven't paid the tickets. So now it goes to registration suspension in the DMV. So what happens is your registration is suspended, and then you're driving around with a registration suspension if you haven't seen the notifications that came in the mail. So what happens after that? If you don't get it, your registration is suspended, and then they can tow your car. They can tow your car. So now on the top of that, you're paying the fees, because let me know that you cannot fight it at this time. So now if you had an $8 toll, and then you didn't pay the $8 toll, and then you get a violation, they charge you violations every month. So you can actually wind up spending like $200 for one ticket, right? It can actually, depending on if it's MTA or if it's New Jersey, they can actually double, triple, quadruple the amount of money that you paid, that you were supposed to pay for that toll, okay? And then they come and they tow your vehicle. So then what happens is you have to pay what you owe, right? The tickets that you owe. And at this time, they're not trying to work with you. You can't come up with can I make a payment plan? Can you help me reduce it? No. At this moment, this is it. You are literally at the point where there is no way that they can help you. Either you pay it or you don't get your car. Okay? And then who knows what can happen after that. Even if you don't pay, they might be able to come out to garnish your taxes if that's the case. Right? So they tow your vehicle, so you have to pay the towing fee, right? The storage fee, okay, and then also the tickets that you didn't pay, right? So be mindful of that. And I don't want to let you know that's for New York, New Jersey Port Authority. But if it's MTA, they can actually charge you more money for violations. That means if you're going across Midtown Tunnel, if that's the Verrazano Bridge, if that's the RFK Bridge, those are all underneath MTA, okay? So what happens is, all right, if you don't pay the tickets and you go to collection, and then your registration is suspended, right? There's a registration suspension group. They can actually tow your vehicle, right? And on top of it, not only they could tow your vehicle, what they could do is actually stop you from driving and put a judgment in place. Like, I didn't even know it was that serious, but it is. That's very serious. Like, it can literally start off with about $8 toll. So you might have about 5 or 6 $8 tolls that you haven't paid. And those $8 to $10 tolls that you didn't pay can actually wind up being about $800 at the end of the day. So we want to be careful that we don't find ourselves in this situation and our money is going down the drain. Like, literally, it's like going down the drain. Like, we're giving them the money. Like, they are making money over us not preparing ourselves so we won't fall into the trap. Let's not fall into the trap. Okay? So I'm just telling you, the things I would say to you, first thing to do is get an E-ZPass. Get an E-ZPass. It's not that hard. Let me tell you. You get your E-ZPass. Oh, I have my E-ZPass. I left it, but I bought another one. So you get your E-ZPass, right? Once you get an E-ZPass, this is how you can fight it. Just so right now, if you are a person that you have, just say you have tolls, toll by mails, but you don't have an E-ZPass, right? So you got about 8, maybe you have violations right now. So you have the violations. What you can do is buy your E-ZPass, right? As long as it's not in collection and as long as it's not in the registration suspension group, which is like the top group, you can call E-ZPass and you can have those tickets transfer over to your E-ZPass and they'll waive all of those violation fees. So just say if it was $8, but then they charge you a $50 violation fee, which they can double it or add more to it. What they'll do is they'll waive that $50, okay? So if you're in that situation right now and you got toll by mail tickets that you haven't paid, go get your E-ZPass. Even if you had an E-ZPass before and they shut down that E-ZPass, go get you another one, create another E-ZPass, and call the E-ZPass department and tell them what the situation is. Please don't put yourself in that situation because it is not nice. And on top of it, right? So just say you get your new E-ZPass, you think you're all good, you have your E-ZPass, and just say you have an E-ZPass, and then your account goes into negative because you're not doing a replenishment. It means that it's not automatically adding money to your account, right? And then you don't know, right? You're like, hey, I got my E-ZPass, right? And it hasn't replenished. So now you have a negative account, a negative balance in your E-ZPass. But you keep driving and, even congestion pricing, right? So you driving over the Midtown Tunnel, you driving to RFK, and those tolls by mails are coming in. They are coming in. If you do not transfer those tickets over to your E-ZPass, and the E-ZPass that you have a negative balance to, then those tickets are still there. And the E-ZPass people can't see those tickets. So if you call E-ZPass, they're not going to see the tickets that you have in toll by mail. So you have to check on that yourself. You have to be diligent about it. And if you're getting emails from New Jersey Port Authority, New York Port Authority, MTA, please open up your emails, because you will find yourself in a position that you had about $80 worth of toll tickets and you want to spend $800 in toll tickets. I mean, $1,000 in toll tickets, right? And on top of it, they can tow your vehicle and they can suspend your registration. You don't want that, right? You really don't want to put yourself in a situation like that. So I just wanted to put that out there. So there's different ways. First, let's go through it again. You get a toll by mail ticket, right? You driving through any of those bridges and tunnels, New York, New Jersey, whatever it is. Just say you don't have an E-ZPass or your E-ZPass has a negative balance. They're going to send you a toll by mail mail, right? You got 30 days to pay that ticket. If you don't pay that ticket in 30 days, they will tap on a violation fee. Sucks, but they do that, right? So you get tapped with the violation fee. After the violation fee, if you don't pay it within the 60 days, then they tap on another fee. Yeah, they do. Oh, yeah, they got you, right? But here we are, right? $8, $65, okay? Listen, the struggle is real. So then after that, 120 days, you don't pay it still. You didn't see the ticket. It didn't come to your mail. It could be a couple of reasons why it happened, right? Then what happens? It goes into collection. They will send your ticket into collection. So you have to call them. If it's New York, New Jersey, I think it's Alliance 1 that you contact. Just Google New York, New Jersey Port Authority tolls and find out. And it's Alliance 1. You contact them. Even if it's in collection, you can still ask them. You can dispute the ticket. You can actually ask them to bring down the pricing of it. Okay? So you have 120 to 180 days to try to figure it out. And you can even go on a payment plan with them. If you can't afford to pay the whole $800, ask them, can I go on a payment plan? And they'll work with you, all right? So that's where you at. Now, if you get past that 180 days, the Port Authority or the MTA is going to contact the Registration Suspension Department. When that means they are going to suspend your vehicle registration. I don't know if anybody been there, but I have. Okay. And then the next thing what they can do is they can tow your vehicle. And they'll tow your vehicle, and you won't be able to get your vehicle until you pay the tickets, right? And there's no way that you can ask to be on a payment plan at that time. There's no payment plan. You're literally at the point like you're going in, this is it, okay? There's no payment plan. So what you have to do is pay the tickets, and it sucks really bad, okay? So be mindful of that. You have a lot of time, so you have the time. Do not ignore the tickets. And if you have tickets right now, toll by mail tickets, first of all, get your E-ZPass if you don't have one. And if they're not in if you're not in the registration suspension, if they're not in collection, but you just have violations, just call the E-ZPass and tell them to transfer the ticket over, and they'll waive the violation fee. They will waive it. So I just want you to be notified. Please do not put yourself in a situation that. And how do we fall into these troubles? Sometimes you move, right? You're not in the same location where you at. So make sure that your address is up to date, right? I know some people who they might have, registration somewhere else because insurance is high. So you in New York, but you got North Carolina plates. Look, I don't know, but I don't know what that is, but it happens. I get it. And then on top of it, or maybe you move, right? You were living in Brooklyn, but you live in the Bronx. You never changed the information, right? Those tolls by mails, them tickets that you're receiving, they go into that address, okay? And then if you do have an E-ZPass, but you're not paying on your E-ZPass, it's going into a negative, right? And they're not counting all of those toll by mails that you're getting. That's not being added to you. That's not going to be added. So you got to make sure you stay on top of that. And then do not ignore the toll by mail letters. They come. It's very toll by mail. It says it on there. Do not ignore them. Open them up just to look at them, just to see where you at, right? And sometimes we just don't know that the violations stack up so quickly. I mean, they do. Like, believe it or not, 1 month goes by, 2 months go by, and you forget about it. Next thing you know, you pay like thousands of dollars sometimes. Literally, this could go on for years if you don't stay on top of it. And sometimes what happens is you don't get notifications. So you want to check it. You go in there, go to tolls by mail, check to see if you have any tickets, because the E-ZPass people are not going to see it. They're not. And so how do you protect yourself? How do you prevent yourself from getting into this situation? Is that you get an E-ZPass. I know it sucks. It is what it is, but it's the cheapest rate, and you don't have to worry about the surprises. But if you get the E-ZPass, you want to make sure that you keep the replenishment going on, which I know is kind of hard to do, but that's what you want to do. And log into your account on a monthly basis just to make sure that you have the money in there. Make sure it's not going into the negative. You need to make sure that. And then also check the tolls by mail. Like, if you're not getting a mess, if you're not really sure where you at when it comes to the tickets, the amount of toll by mail tickets you have, because sometimes, we get the mail. I know me, like, a lot of things are done by email, but we still live in a society that uses paper mail, right? It's still the official way to send out messages or send out notifications to people, right? So if you're not checking your tolls by mail, you don't know how many tickets you have, just go to the site to figure out how many you have. And make sure you do it before it goes into collection. But more than that, even if it gets in collection, you still have a chance before it goes to the DMV registration suspension group. Because once it goes there, It's a done deal. It's wrapped. They're not going to try to work it out with you. They're not going to give you a payment plan. They're not going to do any of that. I'm telling you. So please make sure you do that. Okay? And if you move, file an address change with both the Department of Motor Vehicles and E-ZPass. You want to do both. You don't just want to just file it on, with DMV and think that E-ZPass. No, two different entities, two different ones. I don't know why they're not integrated. They're integrated when it comes to taking your money, but or taking your car, but those things are not integrated. Okay, so just want to throw that out there. So what do you do if you already in trouble? So if you get a toll by mail, you could pay it or you could dispute it within the 30 days. But you can actually dispute it after that. You really can do it after that if it doesn't go, it's not in the registration suspension group. That's all I'm saying too, because if it's in there, you're kind of in trouble. You are in trouble, you really are. So what do you do if you're already in trouble? So you log into toll by mail. And trouble, I mean, listen, it's tickets, but still, it's money, right? So you log in, toll by mail, and in E-ZPass to see what your total balance is, just to see if your total balance is there. If you're not in a position that they actually been already sent to DMV registration suspension. So you call E-ZPass, you request to have the reduction, right? Or like I said, even if you ask for the reduction, what you can do is you can have, get an E-ZPass, and if you have violations, if it's still tickets, and it's because sometimes even by tolls by mail, if you don't have an E-ZPass, the pricing for the toll by mail is more than the E-ZPass, right? So you can ask them to transfer over so it can reduce the amount of money as well. So, and if it's in collections, you can ask for a settlement, ask for a hardship, tell them, listen, things are hard out here. Can you reduce the amount of money for this particular ticket? Can I do a settlement? So if it's like $500, $600 in tickets, you can ask them, can we reduce that amount, right? That's what we want to do. If the registration is suspended, you pretty much got to pay the fee. That's what it boils down to. You have to pay the fee, right? Pay the violation in order, then go to DMV. Like, that's pretty much it, right? And if you got tickets, God bless you. If you have tickets that's in judgment, right, on top of the registration that's being suspended, then you have to pay the tickets that's in judgment. But at least with those tickets, you can do a payment plan. So it's not that horrible. It's not that bad. So just think about that, okay? And always get email and mail confirmation. So if you do pay the tickets, make sure you get email confirmation. Make sure you check. Just make sure and keep copies of everything, because I still don't trust it. I still don't. So you got to make sure you stay on top of it. So that is what the conclusion for today. And I just wanted to share that with you because I thought it'd be very helpful to let you know to make sure you stay on top of this. Stay on it, okay? Do not get yourself in this vicious cycle that you're constantly paying E-ZPass, toll, E-ZPass, toll. We don't want to do that. We want to try to figure out a way that we can protect ourselves and not put ourselves in that situation. All right. Well, thank you for joining. Listen, we're not here to take up your time. We're here just to speak knowledge. Like, we're here to give as much information as possible. Anytime we go through anything Plentyi, we are here to help our people because we know the struggle is real. We know how it is to have a vehicle in New York City. We love New York. We love our vehicle. But sometimes those parking rules, those violation rules, those tolls be eating us up. So we got to figure out a way that we prevent ourselves from going to the same thing that we went through before. So thank you, everyone, for joining. God bless you and have a great evening.